recording. All right. Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy VTV Sports back. Another podcast with Love One or Hate One. And we got the final prediction, man. I'm actually gonna drop an analysis video. Kind of explain what I'm thinking. I recorded that video a while ago. It's gonna post today. So that's some things to look forward to. We got 3 videos dropping today with Love One and one with the analysis. So yeah, man. I'll let you start this one off, man. Who do you have in this fight and why?
Well, man, we already know I made a prediction video on this, man. That shit got like over 10,000 views. But I'm not gonna act like I haven't had no mixed thoughts. I'm still sticking to my guns. I'm favoring Lomachenko to win this fight. Don't get it twisted. But I'm not gonna act like I don't got no mixed thoughts. Leading up on the way of this fight. I feel like the more confident fighter, in my opinion, is Teofimo Lopez. And I don't know, for some reason, man, I'm sold off this motherfucking I'm sold off what's the homeboy name? The Pops. I understand you're supposed to be in your son's corner and you're supposed to make sure that that you're supposed to support your son in everything he do, whether it's boxing or not boxing. But I do feel like, in my opinion, man, I listened to a couple of Lopez's senior. I listened to a couple of his interviews, man. He got some pretty good pointers, man. When he say things like Lomachenko's basically a 122, 126 fighter, and Teofimo Lopez. We all know he can make 140, I think, quite comfortably. I think that's going to play a factor. I do feel like Teofimo Lopez is the hardest puncher that Lomachenko has faced thus far. But I just believe in Lomachenko, man. And Lomachenko, and another thing is Teofimo is 22 years old. He's not even at his peak yet, okay? You're not at your peak in any sports, in my opinion, till you pass 26, 25, 26. So, I feel like Lomachenko, if he fights like it's the fight of his life, it can't be one mistake Lomachenko could make in this fight, which is hard to do because every fighter make a mistake here and there, but you got to capitalize on somebody's mistake. I feel like if anybody capitalized on one Lomachenko's mistake, is going to be Teofimo Lopez. Another thing is people want to talk about, how Lomachenko hasn't looked good against, guys like Luke Campbell. For his past 3 to 4 fights, people want to say Lomachenko hasn't looked good. But I feel like when it comes down to Lomachenko, it is so much pressure on him to look sensational. Whenever you're right, it's like, what the fuck was that type shit. So when it comes down to that situation, I'm going to just keep it real. I do think is going to win this fight. But if that boy make one mistake, it's Lopez. Go ahead, talk to your boy.
Yeah, so and this is going to be a good fight. So we already know that. But look, I am 85% sure Lomachenko takes this fight. Teofimo Lopez takes this fight. Because and I have a reference fight for y'all, man. And let's go by the fact that styles make fights. And one thing I noticed that is kind of a rough style for Lomachenko is an Orlando Salido type fighter. Because Orlando Salido, he takes the fight to you. He's like that, rough, gritty type fighter. He's like a brawler. He's a slugger. So he takes the fight to you. He's not really a boxer like that. Of course he's not going to box you on the outside. He's going to take the fight to you. He's going to take punches in the process, right. Roll off punches and just take it to you. Lomachenko,
right.
He's not really the best back foot fighter. He does do some good counter shots. But I'm talking about relentless for 12 rounds fighting off the back foot. That's not Lomachenko's style. And when you saw Orlando Salido, and some people can say it went both ways, but when you saw that fight, Lomachenko was on the back foot all fight. he was taking he was getting pushed pressured all fight, and yeah, he was landing some shots, but it was kind of an even fight. Lomachenko works best when he's controlling the fight. Whenever you see Lomachenko, he throws that jab out, side steps to the left of your to your left foot, that side step, and he's attacking you. He's attacking you while defending at the same time, which, and he has that crazy footwork, but it all is contingent around him attacking you. He doesn't do that on the back foot. So,
Right.
And a good thing he did against Salido is, he was landing plenty of punches because obviously Salido isn't the best boxer. And that encompasses defense and everything like that. So, he wasn't the best. He's not the best defensive fighter. But
Right.
when you think about Teofimo Lopez, my goodness, Teofimo Lopez fights like Salido. The only thing is, he attacks you, but he can box. He's fast. Salido wasn't really that fast. He's fast and he has crazy power. I mean, you saw what he did to Richard Comey. In Richard Comey,
That's true. That's true.
one shot and he was down. One shot and he was down. Done. That power. And the thing is, he can box. He has great head movement, all that. So, another thing. You made the point. Lomachenko 126. He's a natural 126 pounder. 126 pounds. But Teofimo Lopez, when you really think about it, Teofimo Lopez might be able to make 147. He could do that. He's 5'8". He's pretty much way bigger than Lomachenko. That's gonna play a factor too. Can Lomachenko handle a fast, powerful guy? And that's his natural style. That natural. I don't know if he's Mexican, but it's like that Mexican style.
Nicholas Walters was fast and strong.
Who?
Nicholas Walters was fast and strong though. Not as strong.
Yeah, I'm talking about that. I don't know if Teofimo Lopez is Mexican, but I'm not gonna put that on. But it's kind of like that Mexican because Orlando Salido wasn't fast, so it really has. It's less to do about fast. It's more to do about that relentless, that pesky type fighter. Because Orlando Salido, he didn't really have crazy.
No, not Salido. Nicholas Walters though was fast though.
Yeah, but
and powerful.
Right, but I'm tying it back. So you it's not really about fast and powerful, because Salido was none of those. Salido, he might have average speed, average power. He was actually kind of a little bit of slow when I saw it, but that relentless, pesky attitude, smothering you, coming forward, and Lawrence Salido was bigger than Lomachenko. Lopez was bigger than Lomachenko, and they both fight the same, relentless, coming forward, and it's really about, because Nicholas Walters, he was fast and powerful, but he didn't have that relentless type, like Sean Porter type thing, and that relentless.
I don't.
Nah, but you couldn't keep.
Say,
Go ahead.
I see what you're saying though, but I don't even think Teofimo is like a Sean Porter type of style. I feel like he can fight that type of fight, but he does it in a smarter way. I see your point though. Keep going.
Yeah, Teofimo Lopez, he can fight any type of fight he wants to, but because he's an all-around talented boxer. He can really do, he can box in the middle, which is also going to be a thing he brings to the fight. He can box in the middle, or he can bring it to you. But like I said, man, to think, that, Lomachenko, he really can't handle that Salido type relentlessness. I'm coming forward at you, and you can't ward me off. And the thing about Teofimo Lopez, like I said, he's fast. He has one punch power, and he comes at you, and he has good head movement. So you're not gonna just counter punch him on the back foot, because he can fight like that too. And so I think one punch he can even drop Lomachenko. And so, like I said, I don't see Lomachenko be able to handle this. And like I said, he's 5'8". He's a natural 147. Natural 147. So the key that's the key to victory for Teofimo. Bring the fight to him. he's like that. He likes to bring the fight, initiate the pressure. You know, and if he can do that against Loma and make sure he's not throwing any slow punches, yeah, I think he'll beat Lomachenko. I think everything's on his side for this fight.
So you going for the underdog in this fight? Well, he's not like a big underdog, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think Lopez wins this fight. He just can't. He has to keep the pace on him. He can't try to fight, kind of like toe to toe. Let Lomachenko dominate what he's gonna do. He has to bring the pressure.
And I was gonna say that too because that's something that's scary about Lomachenko, in my opinion, is that one mistake it can be over. I feel like it's not only that Teofimo Lopez has one punch knockout power. It's the fact that we've seen Lomachenko get hurt by far lesser guys. Right. Not only we seen Lomachenko get hurt by far lesser guys.
Good point.
They were his size. Teofimo Lopez is arguably just if he wins this fight, people can argue this down and say, Teofimo Lopez. They can say Teofimo Lopez. Excuse me. They can say Teofimo Lopez beat a 122, 126 fighter. The same treatment that he gave to guys like Rigondeaux can get done to him in this fight. So it's like I don't even know why is Teofimo Lopez. Actually, I do know why he's the underdog because I feel like Lomachenko is more proven. But I feel like Lomachenko is gonna prove a lot that night. I mean, Teofimo Lopez is gonna prove a lot that night. But I don't know, man. I feel like if Lomachenko could fight the perfect fight, he can give Teofimo some different looks and some things he haven't seen yet. And that's what I'm leaning towards, man. I think that's gonna happen, yo. But would it surprise me if Lomachenko gets iced and EBT is right on this prediction? Not even the slightest.
And that's a good point, man. That's a good point. But I think everybody watching this video, don't take my word for it. Go look at that Salido fight. Salido literally, all he does bob and weave, and he's not the fastest guy, but he makes sure he closes the distance against Lomachenko. That's what he's doing right now. I'm watching the highlights as we speak. He's closing the distance against Lomachenko. He's not letting Lomachenko kind of like just fight on the outside and pick him apart. And the times that Lomachenko does do that, he beats Salido like that. But Salido, he's weaving his way in there and he's throwing a lot of hooks. And if Teofimo Lopez can do that, and he's faster than Lomachenko, and it's only one shot. If Teofimo Lopez catches Lomachenko, what do we do then? Because like you say, he's gotten dropped by guys, way less of a puncher than he is than Teofimo Lopez. But and that's also the difference because you can see in the Salido fight, a mechanism for keeping Salido off the ropes is by kind of stopping him before he gets in there. Because what you see here is Lomachenko is kind of hitting him with some jabs before he can really weave his way in there, and that's because Salido is really not the fastest guys in terms of defense. But is that really going to work with Teofimo Lopez? I don't really think so, man.
Yeah, but hold on. I'm not gonna hold up. And you could make this part a separate part of the video, but I can't. Even though I do, don't get it twisted. That is a terrible loss by Lomachenko. Because it's not even like it was a prime Salido. Salido was at the damn near end of his career, and he still beat Lomachenko. But I will say this: that was over like 12 fights ago. That was a long time ago. Not only that, I feel like Lomachenko has improved this since then. Not only that, we have to stop going back to the Salido fight because that fight was closer than advertised, yo. Yes, I do feel like Lomachenko probably slightly lost that fight, but I watched that fight, I think it was like a couple months back, and I was like, Lomachenko he didn't just lose that fight. I think it was that fight could have easily been a draw. I thought the fight was closer than advertised. Now, Salido still get credit because what he was doing was effective.
Right.
But I feel like he just, I feel like Lomachenko, I just feel like in that fight, Lomachenko, I don't know, man. It was his third pro fight.
But he had a lot of amateur experience though. He is, I think, the most decorative amateur experience that we've seen in a while.
That's true.
And that's the
That's
thing.
true. Which is why. That's true though, EBT. Which is why I don't let everybody slide with all that. That was his third fight bullshit. Because when you got that, even the same thing with Anthony Joshua. It's like, yeah, you get credit, but it's like, come on, man. You had a lot of practice.
Yeah, and like I said, and I'm literally watching the highlights. Salido is slugging with him, man. Lomachenko is getting pressed, and Salido, like in the clinch, he's throwing punches. That's how Teofimo Lopez is going to be, and that's how I think he has to be. Like that, he's throwing body punches, he's throwing them everywhere, and he's not really boxing. Lomachenko is catching him. He's catching him a lot because, like I said, Salido's not the best defensive boxer. But when you have a guy like Lopez,
No.
Salido's not the best
But
defensive
I
boxer.
disagree. But I disagree with that to a certain extent. I don't think that Lomachenko gonna come in this fight. I mean, not Lomachenko. I don't think that Teofimo Lopez gonna come in this fight and fight like he did with Orlando Salido, because Orlando Salido if you want to be real, Orlando Salido really fought like a fucking margarita that fight. I don't feel like Teofimo Lopez is gonna apply smart pressure. Salido he won that fight off of stupid pressure. Like he was just letting his hands go and just pressing forward and being there. And let's not mention too, Teofimo was being. Orlando Salido was being very dirty in that fight, but he's a dirty fighter. Period. Everybody knows that.
Right, and I think we also need to know that Lomachenko has been caught in the center of the ring, and you see, Teofimo Lopez is a very slick counterpuncher. I mean, he'll hit you with a good counterpunch, and you see,
That's true.
Lopez, he comes forward every fight he fights, man. He's coming forward and he's powerful, and that's what he's doing against almost all his highlights. I see him; he's just coming forward, and that relentless pressure like that, and he's faster than Salido. I think he definitely needs to make sure he's gritty inside too. Don't let him get away with anything. And you see what he did against Comey when he had Comey finished off. He was going crazy in the corner. Now, I mean, if he can do that against Lomachenko, I think he's not going to do that early out, but he has to apply the pressure, which I think he will. And I think he wins this fight. And people are going to be very surprised. And, if Lomachenko wins this, it can't go to decisions because I think they're going to lean on Lomachenko for that one. But, I think... Yeah.
Teofimo Lopez will have to win down there every round or get a couple of knockdowns to get a decision.
Yeah. So, I mean...
That's another strong reason that we could lean towards Lomachenko, because if Lomachenko just survives and maybe win 5 rounds, I think he might get the edge. Then we talk about Teofimo got robbed.
Yeah, I mean, so, and yeah, like I said, I'm doing a actual analysis, and you can see what I'm trying to say, because I have the video of the fight up, and that's going to be dropping tonight too. So, what were you going to say, Love One?
No, I was just going to say, I think we both think good point on it. I just feel like the more hungrier fighter. Even though I do feel like Lomachenko is hungry still. I feel like the slightly more hungrier fighter to me is of course I gotta go with Teofimo, man. I feel like he started for that win, and you gotta give Teofimo props, man. He's taking 2 top champion fighters back to back. Richard Comey was arguably undefeated. And Richard Comey has a chin. Do not let that little KO fool y'all. Richard Comey has a chin. But I just let you know Teofimo power is on another level. Which is why I say, one thing I do credit Lomachenko is he rolls with shots. I don't feel like Richard Comey rolls with shots like Lomachenko does. Not only that, I don't feel like Lomachenko, don't be surprised if this is a boring fight, because Lomachenko, I don't feel like he's going to really sit down on a lot of his punches like that. I feel like he's going in this fight to just frustrate and, outbox Teofimo Lopez. I don't think he's coming in this fight to trade with Teofimo Lopez like Richard Comey was willing to do. I think Richard Comey felt like, if he lands a hard shot, You know, Teofimo Lopez might be the one going out, and Richard Copley has some real fucking power. So Lomachenko may be in trouble, man. He may be in trouble, but I feel like it's the same as in turn. Teofimo Lopez may be in trouble because he has never fought nobody with the style of Lomachenko. Nobody.
Hey, yo, but actually, you know what? All right, hear this out, man. Let's say, you know, let's say, they're in the middle of the ring, right? And Lomachenko just throws the jab out there, and you know, Lopez counters with a right hook. Lomachenko stunned. You know the relentless pressure Lopez is gonna come at him with, man. And I think that's a very good possibility, man. But I have Lopez winning the fight, and it could be a decision's gonna be very hard for Lopez because I don't think they're gonna really give it to him like that, man. But we'll see. But I think I have Lopez winning this fight, man. You need more thoughts on it from me, man?
Nah, I'm good though, cause I feel like if I do give any more thoughts, I'll be on this motherfucker forever. So
yeah, man. Lopez, I got Lopez winning. Love one has Lomachenko winning. I guess we'll see on Saturday. It is fight week, so yeah, man. UT Sports signing off.